Hello. Today what I want to do is I want to show you a old school type of kit that I would take out to go camping for a night or just for going out in the bush for the day. Now what I'm talking by old school, I'm talking 40 years ago. I've been doing this since I was probably 5 years old, you know, right up through. So even 45 years ago, I was doing this type of stuff. As in camping out in the woods or going out, making a lunch in the woods, and just enjoying the outdoors. Because I'm a country boy. I grew up and the playground was the forest. Now, I wouldn't be going out alone. I'd be going out with either my brothers or friends and so on. But I was always out there, even at a young age. So just for fun, I wanted to break out some of the older gear that I would have taken. And I'm just going to show you that. I'm not going to actually use this today. But in another video, I'll call it part 2, I'll take this kit out and use it. Now, if I was going to spend the night, a lot of times I would just take an old blanket with me. This would be summertime camping as well. Now, as I got older, I was doing winter camping in my teens and such, but I'd bring, you know, a few blankets with me and make a brush shelter. And I was always with somebody else when I did this. I wouldn't do it alone, just for safety reasons. But this kit here is mostly just for a day hike and such because I do not have a blanket with it. But this one here is Boy Scouts of America, and this is an official kit. This has a frying pan in it, it has a plastic cup in it, it also has a bowl and a pot. A very nice little kit, and this is one of the first kits that I actually ever used. And I'm not sure how long ago, but I've had it for a very long time, at least over 30 years. So this kit here has a wing nut on the end. I'm not going to take this off because I don't want to lose it in the snow. This here is your bowl or plate, your frying pan, and this pot works rather well. And I also have that plastic cup in there, which came with it. And I also threw in a spork that I made. So it gives me a nice little kit for cooking. Also, what we would do when we went out there is we would carry a piece of plastic. And I would make a framework of a bush shelter and throw over the plastic and then throw over brush on top of that to hold the plastic down. And that would be our shelter most times. It saves a lot on resources. Plus, I can just throw it over us or throw it over myself if it starts to rain to keep you dry. This here, yes, 40 years ago, they had plastic. Now, growing up, matches. This is Strike Anywhere matches. It's 250 actually in this package, but matches was what I used to make fire. Mostly all the time when I was growing up, matches was the way to go. If you had a lighter, fine, but matches is what we had around for starting our wood stove at the house, so that's what I got to carry. This here is jute twine. It's not as strong as a lot of the cords and twine that I carry nowadays, but it did the job. A lot of times what I use myself, we'd have different various cotton twines and so on, but what I mostly used was baling twine. We had a small farm, so you had lengths of baling twine off of the bales of hay, and I would tie them together if I needed longer cordage and such, but I'd have a handful of them or a ball of those, and that's what I took to the bush. Now, a lot of times I would have a pocket knife. This one here is the friction folder that Reptile Toolworks makes. It's a Pretty nice little folder. It's held by friction. And it's simple in design, but I thought it would be great for an old school type of kit. And lastly is this here. This here is just a camp knife that I forged a while back. And it's simple, it's rugged, it's made out of a old file. And I used a home forge that I made to forge this. Works really nice. It's got weight. I can chop with it, take down saplings and such. And just an all-around good camp knife. So that there is my kit. And with stuff like this, I have done many campouts out in the woods. And I've also done many meals and just done projects in the woods with stuff just like this. The only thing is if I was going to spend the night, I would have to have something for sleeping, as in a blanket, a sleeping bag, or so on. I want to thank you for watching. Take care, and all the best.